Another one.
This question says, who should I approach? Well, I'll answer that for you right now. Tech Coach Ralph is who you should approach. All right. Don't even know what the question is, but the answer is always Tech Coach Ralph. All right. So the question is, thought about using LinkedIn to connect with potential people who may be able to offer QA work. If a QA manager does not exist, who else could I try to connect with? Possibly the product manager, the project manager? Amazing question. That is a great question. All right. So let's put our final countdown up. Who should you approach? I would say that you would and I've employed this strategy and I've helped other people employ this strategy. It doesn't always work, right? But if you're not getting contacted anyways, right? Who cares? And if you like, let's say you're nervous about approaching somebody on LinkedIn and sending them a connection request or sending them a message, what's the worst that can happen? What, they don't respond to you? Who cares? Like, you need something, so go ahead and approach, right? And like Don said, he sent in his, like, he'll automate parts of, like, the root part of the website, and he'll send it to hiring managers, or he'll just probably just go and, like, let's say he doesn't have contact with anybody in particular, he'll go and search LinkedIn for a company's people directory and look for a somebody in QA, maybe a QA manager. But the other people that I would also contact, right? I would also contact. So I'd look for recruiters in the company, of course, right? Look for the hiring manager. I would look for the engineering manager. So let's say they don't have a QA manager, right? A lot of times the engineering manager can also be in charge of QA, right? Because we are QA engineers. So I'll look out for the engineering manager. Which, that reminds me, I do plan to do a video in the Patreon, how to spy on your how to spy on, like, how to stalk people on LinkedIn, right? That's gonna be a topic. How to stalk people on LinkedIn. Pretty much what this question is asking. How do you go and find the different people in the different positions at the company that you're applying for? How to reach out to them? What's the best way? Do you like, how to get in contact? Because when you need a job, right? You have to. It's got to go all out. You can't be embarrassed. You can't be shy. You can't have. What can't you have? You can't have
message
poopy pants, right? No poopy pants when you need a job. You got to employ every possible strategy for you to get noticed, for people to want to interview you. So that means you have to have that stellar resume. I got mine in the Patreon, right? Got to have that stellar resume. You got to have, you got to be ready to interview. You need to be confident, assertive. No signs of weakness, no poopy pants. All right? You gotta be there. Okay? You do your research. Like Don says, company intel. Know who's who. Find who's the QA manager, find who's the engineering manager, find you can find a product owner. See, the project manager, it doesn't really help that much because they're not that involved. Like, they're involved in the project, but not on the technical aspect of it. So to be able to have that type of pull. Find a scrum master. Find other QA people. I told my right hand the other day, I told Stephanie, I'm like, go and look at these people. Send them a message saying this. Send the other one a message saying that. Oh, there's an engineering manager here. Send him a message saying this, right? Oh, there's a recruiter. Now send this particular message. Will it work? I don't know. But you want to know what won't work? I can guarantee you this is not going to work. You want to know? Doing absolutely nothing. Sitting there and hoping that they will contact you. Especially when they have God knows how many people applying for a job. But let's say you're applying for a local job, right? And there's like 6 applicants. Maybe, I mean, if it's on LinkedIn, they say 6. It might be because the application is being sent off to a different location. Like you're not applying actually on LinkedIn. But regardless, right? If there's like a low number of applicants, that gives you a better shot of getting the job. So you have to go out there and make contact, network. You know, it's about networking. I'll tell you this from me interviewing the HR professional for 20 years. She said that your resume is your introduction. It's you putting your best foot forward, right? Do you treat LinkedIn as your resume, or do you just have a bunch of crap on it? Are you posting a bunch of nonsense about like complaining about how tough the job market is? Like when I see those on LinkedIn, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't want to talk to this person. Think about it. Think about it, you know? LinkedIn is very, very important. I told somebody yesterday, hey, you got to get your LinkedIn together. You can't just be putting this random description for your prior position. You gotta market yourself because they're gonna be checking your LinkedIn. And I'll tell you this as well. The last point before we sign off for the night, right? Recruiters for like recruiters in general, right? Like whether they're for a staffing agency, but recruiters for companies, they also use LinkedIn and they'll reach out to you because my last position, they reached out to me and they told me to apply. They told me send in your resume here and apply and everything like that, and everything went through. I think my past 2 positions has been through recruiters, but when I was getting this last position, this last position that I was in, I had other recruiters trying to get me to come work for their staffing agency. You know, but it your LinkedIn is an extension of your resume. It might even be the preview, the precursor to your resume. So you got to get it right. You got to get it right. All right. Let's see if Don has anything to add before we wrap up tonight. He says, "Dude, I am so good at company intel gathering." Yup. I think we're good at intel gathering in general, but yes, company intel gathering, we know how to. And I'll tell you this: like when I'm ready, I'm gonna go and do some more intel gathering, not necessarily to apply for a company, but maybe to bring some people on to talk about like talk about their positions and stuff like that. You know, but that's the same thing, like reaching out, networking. It's all about networking. The same way I was able to get the HR veteran, right? Networking. All right. And lastly, Don says, head of product is also good. Sometimes QA teams are direct reports to them in some organ. That is a good point. That is a great point. So, engineering manager, QA manager, you know, other people in QA, maybe other engineers, the head of product, like the product director, you know, those are great people to reach out to. All right. So hopefully that answered your question.
enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.